Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Nita, the Astromystic. How's everybody doing this week? So, we have a lot going on. I actually had to jot a few notes down because we have just so much. So we're doing the weekly guidance for that was this week would be for June 15 through June 23rd. So we're actually doing it for I'm sorry, June 16 through 23rd. So this week we have a lot going on, actually, guys. So much going on. Let's put this down here. Okay. So on Thursday, we have Mercury going retrograde, and it's going to be at it's going retrograde in Cancer. So if you guys know your chart, and you have any planets or aspects that aspect any planets or anything on the angles that are between like 8-9 degrees and like around 19-20 degrees, in between those numbers, you're probably going to feel the retrograde a little more than others, so be aware of that. And if you're a Virgo or Gemini rising, this might hit a little bit harder and a little bit more like intensely than like somebody with a like an Aries rising. So just be mindful of that, and this starts a new cycle, and this cycle goes for like the next 4 months. So use that mercurial energy to like communicate, because Mercury's going to be squaring Chiron. So you're going to want to use your communication skills and to communicate with people, and it might be a really good time to like do some healing. We've all been through so much, and this world is really tough right now. And so this could be a good time to go like deep within and like have a lot of introspection within yourselves. And maybe some people that might need some help if you're a little above water, or you're a little above you're not feeling the effects as much, So be mindful of that. What else do we have? So like, let's see. So this would be on Friday. We have the sun going to be squaring the north node. And so we have a lot going on. So this week you might be asking yourself, like, what am I doing here? Like, what is my purpose? What am I supposed to do? What's my life path? It could be so many things. So basically just, communicate with yourself, like listen to yourself, and with Gemini energy, have an open mind, look for the answers, listen to what comes to you, trust what you get. On Sunday, the 21st, the sun is moving into the sign of Cancer. And that is also the day we have, I think the summer solstice actually, depending on where you live in the world, I don't know where everybody lives, so it could be that night when the times are different. So it could be the sun moving that night, the night before, or on that Sunday, and then we have the the summer solstice also. Sorry about that. And the eclipse. It's like a whole mouthful. So the sun's going to go into Cancer and the solstice. So, and this is going to like set us up for, the next couple of months worth of energy. So this is going to last. But this eclipse is big. And it is going to be life-changing. So this eclipse is going to be a life changer, and it's not going to be just for certain people. It's going to be for all of us. And what's really cool, I don't know if it's really cool, but I think it's kind of cool. that this eclipse is going to be you hear people talk about the ring of fire. And so when we see, we won't see this eclipse in the United States. I think it's Central America over in that way, where they'll be able to see it, but I bet it's going to be beautiful. Because we haven't had one of those since like 2017, if my memory serves me. So, so big changes in everybody's life. In this world, we're going to have big changes. The eclipse is a north node eclipse because it's up there. It's right next to the north node. So they call those, when it's closer to the south node, they're a south node eclipse. And so it's more like you have a lot of old stuff come back, or like karmic stuff that you got to deal with, or moving away from old stuff. Whereas we have a north node eclipse. So these are like how you're going to write your own story, how you're going to go into your future. Like, what changes are going to be brought to you, or what changes are you going to make? So that is, that's what's coming up for us. And the eclipse is going to square Mars. This is going to be some interesting times. I would most certainly be completely aware of your surroundings all the time. Especially depending on where you are in the world. What else we got? We're going to have, this eclipse is going to quincunx over to Saturn. So a lot of changes. I mean, I could sit here and talk about all the changes that are probably going to happen, but you can just pretty much say a lot over the next several months. All these are going to start unfolding. And, on top of that, we've got Mercury retrograde. We're going to have Neptune retrograde. We have so much going on in retrogrades. It's just a really crazy time in this world right now. And then on June the 23rd, we've got actually Neptune going retrograde. So this is some heavy stuff, my peoples. Heavy. And when Neptune goes retrograde, this is going to be I don't really want to say this and like get people all freaked out or anything like that, but it's going to be a powerful time. And I need you guys to remember that Neptune is about connection and like keeping the deeper mind together. Like, Gemini is like how would I explain this? Like the moving parts. I don't even know if I'm explaining this correctly. And then like Neptune is like the machine, if that makes sense. And so when you put those together, it's like you got to keep those healthy and you got to keep them both working properly. So the machine and all the parts work together. And when we're in retrograde in both of those, it just seems like everything slows down. So this will slow down. So this might be a time of some depression for people. Check on people. Check on your people that need you. It's gonna be a hard time for a lot of people. And this with a Neptune retrograde, it's a time where you're trying to find like a oneness or like a connection, like a really deep connection within. And so a lot of people don't know how to handle all that energy up there. So be mindful of that when you're dealing with other people, because you do not know what they're going through. And this could be a trying time for a lot of people. So try to be a little more kinder and a little more gentle, not only with yourself, but with other people, because we need each other. We need each other to get through this hard times, So the guidance is following this video. So, and that will be for June 16th through June 23rd. But I wanted to give you guys some of these dates now, so you can kind of look forward. And I'm doing like a 3-part series today, throwing all this out there. and then we're going to do the guidance, and then there'll be a video right after for whatever we're going to try to, I'm going to try to get this done today for what we can look for as far as each rising sign or sun sign for the eclipse this Sunday. So stay tuned, and we'll be back with the guidance.